Okay, so Tesla gave everybody who has capabilities for full self-driving a free month, I think, for this month of April. So I got version 12, which is the nicest, newest version as far as I understand. And what I was going to do is take a few videos of the car driving itself. So what I'll do is I'll not touch the steering pedal or steering wheel or the accelerator pedal unless I see an emergency. So I'll be ready to do something, but otherwise this video is going to show you what what it does when it's got a navigation set to my home, and let's see if it handles well. We're in the middle of a this Journal Square area of Jersey City, and my navigation is set to take me home. There's a red left turn light, there's pedestrians going by, there's cars going, and honestly, back when I had full self-driving on my other car, I still have it, but on that version of full self-driving, I didn't think it would ever get to the point where I could navigate and drive around in the city. But here we go. Here it's turning, making the left turn in Journal Square. And I thought it did pretty well. So we're just going to see how it handles different situations. Oh, what I will do is every now and then it basically says apply slight pressure to the steering wheel, so I'll do that for sure, just to keep it and let it know that I'm paying attention and such. But otherwise this is going to be the Tesla driving itself this whole way, and I'll be ready to take over. Now we just saw it go through a green light. It's right in the middle of two lanes. Now to finally move over to the right lane. It's got a green light up here. Let's see if it turns yellow and it stops. I guess it's going to take the turn. Let's see how it does. Okay, that was pretty good. And this was the problem before, like right here where you have a line on one side but not a line on the right side. So that's where I thought it had problems. Now right here, it's supposed to go straight, but it just went kind of through the left turn only line. It's stopping for a pedestrian who's kind of taking his time, which is good. It's got the right turn signal on. It's got a bunch of things to avoid here on the right, and it's going to take a sharp right, hopefully, and avoid everything it needs to avoid. And now it's got a little jog here to the right that's got to follow. It does that nicely. It's got cars on the side to avoid. It's got a red light coming up here. You can kind of see how smooth it is and how kind of conservatively it approaches, and it's slowing down to 11 miles an hour right now, slowly going around the car, and actually moved into the straight lane, which was very nice. And I say conservative because it does pull up here pretty slowly, and then it definitely stops at the line, if not like maybe a couple feet before the line. So a little different from what most people I think drive, but it's safe, I think. So here we go. So up here we have a section where people kind of park, where if they're parking there, you have to go over their double yellow lines. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Now the car just has a red light but a left green, so it did know the difference between those two. That's good. And it has its own green, so here we are. Let's hope it avoids this car that's coming up here, and it does so pretty smoothly, nicely. And then what I saw earlier was it did slow down nicely here at the speed bump. So it slows down to 15 at the speed bump and then reaccelerates. Now up here we have a jog to the right. Let's see how well it does. And finally saw it and moved over, a speed bump and somebody parking. So did that nicely. Went over the speed bump down at 15, which is good. Now we have a right turn where it's got to know about traffic that's back into the left, kind of, I would say like 45 degrees. So let's see if it does it. Again, I didn't do anything just now. I didn't stop it. I didn't tell it it's ready to go, etc. So it just kind of went on itself. So now it's got a 25 mile per hour speed limit, and most people drive here around 35, 40, I'd say, but it's good that it's sticking to the rules of the road. doing it nice and safely. And oh, gotta apply some force to the steering wheel, and I did. Here it's staying nicely inside the lanes, which is good. Earlier I had a guy kind of working on his car to the left, and the car came to a near stop just because he was kind of playing it safe, so probably good. And normally coming back home I would have taken a left there to make it a little faster, but it's kind of sticking with the navigation rules, so I'm okay with that, I guess. You know, I wish there was a way to kind of tell it, no, turn left here, but to do that I probably would have had to just kind of cancel full self-driving, turn that left myself, and then re-engage full self-driving. So there's not a way to change the trajectory, so it's not very smart about having to go through the slow part of Newark Avenue on the way home here. Okay, see the green now. Be an interesting left turn up here. We got a biker that he's got to avoid, being careful with. Okay, he's put on his turn signal just now. There's a pedestrian though coming across, so he's got to stop for that. Wait for the. Okay. All right, let's go. Okay, so that was a failure. I had to take control there, make that left after the pedestrian went. It could be because there was a siren behind me. Maybe it stopped because it just wanted to not do anything while there's a siren. Right here, I'm going to wait until their pedestrian goes by in front of me before I enter the intersection. But it is on full self-driving now, so hopefully it'll figure it out and go. Yeah, it just did. So that wasn't me. So, okay, I think I'm about to be in my home area here, and I'm gonna disengage full self-driving and try to find some parking. So that was my first long video of full self-driving version 12 in our 2021 Tesla Model Y.